Latent Talent and Sibton Abbey, two of the first to show as they race towards the first of the 21 fences. Sibton Abbey on the inside, Twin Oaks goes up on the outer, Latent Talent is third, and they're all safely over the first, with Bishop's Hall jumping a little bit slowly in rear. Party Politics going up on the outside now as they come to the first ditch to dispute it with Twin Oaks and Latent Talent and Sibton Abbey. Then comes Rowlandson's Jewels and Gambling Royal. Bishop's Hall jumped it in rear. Party Politics, the giant Party Politics in the lead. They're all safely over that first ditch and coming to another plain fence. This is the third. Party Politics lands in the lead from Twin Oaks, Latent Talent on the inside. Rowlandson's Jewels comes next, then Sibton Abbey and Gambling Royal. Jadami up there on the outside, and then Mr. Boston. Then comes the Fellow is on the outside too, just in behind Jadami. That was the fourth, and all safely over that one. Now coming to the last on the far side on this first circuit, number 5, with Party Politics the leader from Twin Oaks, Latent Talent, Rowlandson's Jewels, Sibton Abbey just in behind them, the Fellow on the outside with Jadami. Then over on the far side, Chatham, who's sticking to the inner under Peter Scudamore, and who's being followed by Sparkling Flame. Bishop's Hall still one of the back markers with Captain Dibble also, and the leader still Party Politics as they swing left-handed and make their way towards the cross fence. Twin Oaks is second, then comes Latent Talent and Sibton Abbey and Rowlandson's Jewels. Number 6, this cross fence. Party Politics lobbing along in the lead here, this giant horse, by about 3 lengths from Twin Oaks. He jumps it brilliantly, the leader. Sibton Abbey jumped it third, just ahead of Latent Talent, Gambling Royal, Rowlandson's Jewels, and behind them Chatham and Jadami, and then comes the Fellow, and still Captain Dibble and Bishop's Hall are the two in rear as they turn into the home straight on the first circuit. Another plain one now before the second of the ditches. And Party Politics in the lead from the veteran Twin Oaks, who's being followed by Sibton Abbey, Latent Talent, Rowlandson's Jewels. That was the 7th, and they all jumped the 7th well. Now coming to the second of the ditches with Party Politics clear of his field. Twin Oaks jumps it second. Sibton Abbey jumped it third, 4, Latent Talent over on the far side, then Gambling Royal and Jadami and Rowlandson's Jewels. Rowlandson's Jewels being followed by the Fellow, the top weight, and their Party Politics the leader over that one from Twin Oaks. Sibton Abbey, Latent Talent over on the far side, Jadami, Rowlandson's Jewels, Gambling Royal coming to the 10th now. Party Politics by about 3 from Twin Oaks, who's about 4 up on Sibton Abbey. Then comes Jodami travelling well on the far side, Latent Talent, then Gambling Royal, then the Fellow improving a little bit towards the outside as they come down now to the water for the only time. And at the water, Party Politics jumps it clear, a giant leap too, raises a gasp from the crowd, an enormous leap by this giant horse. He's about 5 clear now as he goes out onto the second circuit of Twin Oaks, the old horse. Then on Twin Oaks, following Twin Oaks is Sibton Abbey. Jodami well there too as they race right over the far side. And Captain Dibble has made good progress as well, just in behind the leaders. But Party Politics still by about 4 lengths as they come to the first in the backstretch, 12th of the 21 fences. Party Politics from Twin Oaks, Sibton Abbey, Jodami, Gambling Royal, Captain Dibble and Latent Talent. Then Rowlandson's Jewels and the Fellow with Chatham on the inside. They're coming to the third ditch now. Party Politics clear of Twin Oaks, Sibton Abbey, Gambling Royal, Latent Talent on the inside, Jadami, the Fellow making a little bit of progress on the outside of Bishop's Hall. Then Captain Dibble with Chatham on the inside and still going well over the 14th. And Twin Oaks made a mistake there. He got away with it. Chatham made a little bit of mistake and he didn't get away with it so well. He's lost about 3 places. Coming to the next, 7 left to jump, and it's Party Politics still in the lead from Twin Oaks, Sibton Abbey, Jodami on the outside. Then comes Gambling Royal, a blunder there by Bishop's Hall. 6 from home, right over on the far side now. Party Politics is going to jump it clear of Twin Oaks, then Sibton Abbey. then Latent Talent, the fellow making progress. Gambling Royal also. Jodami comes next and still travelling well. They're beginning to swing left-handed now out of the backstretch, and Party Politics and Twin Oaks. Twin Oaks going up almost to join Party Politics. Then comes Sibton Abbey, then Latent Talent on the inside and Gambling Royal. The fellow, the top weight, still travelling well under his big weight. They're coming towards the cross fence now. 5 from home. And as they do so, it's Party Politics and Twin Oaks. Twin Oaks has just taken it up now as they come to this 5th from home. Sibton Abbey is challenging him on the outside. Then comes Gambling Royal. Behind Gambling Royal is Jodami, then Bishop's Hall, and then Chatham, and then the fellow. Racing round the home turn now, and it's Twin Oaks from Sibton Abbey and Gambling Royal with Richard Dunwoody bidding for a hat-trick on this one. Then on the outside is Bishop's Hall, who's still well in contention. Behind them come Jodami and then the fellow. Coming down towards the next fence, this is 4 from home. And Sibton Abbey landed in the lead there from Gambling Royal. Then comes Jodami travelling smoothly towards the stand side. Chatham getting back there over on the far side. This is the final ditch, 3 out. Sibton Abbey and Jodami. Jodami on the near side. Sibton Abbey on the far side. Then Gambling Royal. Then Chatham, who's still there. Then quite a gap then to the top weight, the fellow. Jodami's going to land in the lead here from Sibton Abbey. It's these two now, and it's Mark Dwyer on Jodami, the leader. Mark Dwyer on Jodami from Sibton Abbey. Adrian Maguire, these two, very little between them now. Then comes Chatham, behind Chatham is Gambling Royal, and then comes the fellow. Jodami landed in the lead there from Sibton Abbey. Jodami on the near side, Sibton Abbey on the far side. They've got 200 yards to run. Sibton Abbey on the far side now from Jodami as they race up towards the line. Adrian Maguire and Mark Dwyer is going to be close. Sibton Abbey going away now from Jodami. Sibton Abbey's going to win it. Sibton Abbey wins it. Jodami is second. The fellow runs on tremendously to be third. 4 is Chatham. 5 is Gambling Royal. 6 is Rowlandson's Jewels. 7 is Captain Dibble. And then behind them came the old-timer Twin Oaks, and several of them pulled up, and those include Bishop's Hall, Party Politics, the long-time leader, Mr. Boston, and Latent Talent. But the result, an amazing triumph this for a horse who was so far out of the handicap. Sibton Abbey, a 40-to-1 chance, wins it for Mr. Jeff Hubbard, trained by Ferdy Murphy, ridden by Adrian Maguire. Second was number 7, Jodami, owned by Mr. J.N. Yeadon, trained by Peter Beaumont and ridden by Mark Dwyer. Third was number 1, The Fellow, owned by the Marchesa de Morataya, trained by Francois Dumaine and ridden by Adam Condrad. And fourth was number 3, Chatham.
13 runners, number 13 on the card. Unlucky for the back of the favourite, who must have been counting their money here, because at the third last, Sibton Abbey, having moved into the lead, taken the lead from Twin Oaks, was galloping strongly in front, but Jodami going so well in third place there. Chatham, who'd sneaked through on the inside despite mistakes at the 14th fence and the cross fence. They're really on sufferance. And Richard Dunwoody, the other one in contention there, and Gambling Royal. At the second last, it's a 4-horse race. Sibton Abbey is still in front, the bottom weight, out of the handicap. Jodami on this side. Chatham pitches a little bit on landing. Gambling Royal starting to get tired. Back in 5th place is the fellow who ran a marvellous race for 2.5 miles. And coming down to the last, it still looked as though Mark Dwyer could take Adrian Maguire on Sibton Abbey. But as Richard said beforehand, he's a big gross horse. I wonder if he still needed it. At the last, a marvellous jump from Jodami. He's absolutely flown it, but Adrian Maguire's got a good jump out of Sibton Abbey as well, and the two of them come away from the fence together. Adrian Maguire with his whip in his left hand. Mark Dwyer goes for his whip later than his rival. The two of them draw clear, half a length clear. How difficult he is to beat this young man, Adrian Maguire. Puts his whip down there, pulls it through to his right hand, and Jodami, who can't find any more resources this second run of the season, looked in terrific shape, but just the last 2 furlongs of the race has found him out. And Adrian Maguire drives the bottom weight, the 40-to-1 shot Sibton Abbey.